liquid gauge, I'm making 340 horsepower. To be honest, that is probably quite accurate. So yeah, peak 340. Timing correction was 0. Took it somewhere where there's decent light so you can see the car properly. And yeah, it's a standard looking and tidy, but definitely not standard performing Mark III MR2. As you see, it's straight, it's clean, you know, it's not a brand new car, and I'm sure somebody who's actually into cleaning cars could make this, you know, a detailer or somebody actually into that stuff could make this way nicer than I can, because I have no interest or ability in making cars super nice, but it's a nice car. And yeah, everything's come up really well. I mean, the roof is fucking mint, absolutely. And it's not, this feels to me the material is the standard Toyota. It's not the replacement stuff that these people get from Wales and stuff, which are good roofs, but I've had a few cars with those roofs and you can tell the difference. I'm 99% sure this is original Toyota roof. So the fact it's in this condition after 23 years is pretty amazing. Inside's very tidy too. Let me open it up. So yeah, inside just a clean, normal Mark III MR2. The only let me turn the heaters off. The only non-standard parts is I fitted a Turbo Smart boost gauge and an AFR gauge and a 6-speed gear knob, but a nicely weighted one as well. I don't like the standard plastic ones, feel a bit crappy to me. But yeah, standard leather interior, standard carpets, just nice and tidy. 119 on the clock, and yeah, like a standard car, just very fast. And yes, that's my camera there because I'm taking pretty pictures to eventually make an advert to put this for sale. Obviously behind the seats, you can access the fuel pump and all that from that one, you can access the ECU and everything from that one, and yeah, even the carpets come up really well. Surprised me, because obviously it's 20-something-year-old carpets as well. It's all come up real nice. And I'm not a cleaning person at all. I didn't scrub the carpets. I just hoovered them and gave them a wipe. Under the front, again, really tidy. This is normally where they're nasty. They're not like, some of them do rust away supposedly, but I've never had one like that. But nearly all of them, because you normally got that front luggage compartment bullshit here, this never gets any looking after, so it never gets clean, never gets like whatever, so you get surface rust everywhere. But this one is very clean, and obviously I cleaned it up when I bought it. I made it nice. So obviously charge cooler header tank, front mounted battery, charge cooler pump just there, obviously just comes on with the ignition. Yeah, twin fan radiator, which is the better one, because normally they're single fan. This is twin fan one, not like it matters because these have got no cooling problems anyway. But yeah, it's just tidy. You know, you could make it way tidier than this. I'm not a cleaner. You know, this is just mechanically tidy. I made it and it still looks really good. So hopefully you've seen in earlier videos me doing the underside. It's mint under there. It's mint. So yeah. Because I soaked the car washing it earlier, the heat rack is now steaming, so there's a bit of steam coming off, so I can't take good photos yet, annoyingly, so I might have to wait for that. But this is the engine bay, and as you can tell, really tidy, really clean. TD05 20G turbo, 180T with rods, charge cooler, the exhaust, which is currently, heat wrap's really good, it doesn't get hot, but that's the trouble. Because it's so good, it's going to take a while for the moisture to burn off it, so I'm going to have to go for a drive to burn that off. So I've obviously soaked it with a hose pipe, you know, even my hands are wet now. But yeah, very clean, very tidy, all the wires tucked away neatly. That's so annoying. I can't take photos like that, because video it doesn't matter, but photos it just, there's steam in the photo. So I'm gonna have to go for a drive for 10 minutes and burn that off, let it get hot, and then come back.
5 minutes later.
Right, that's photos taken. But yeah, all good. And yeah, exhaust isn't very loud. It's, when you give it some, it sounds amazing, and it's clearly not standard. Well, it's not like piss your neighbours off loud. And because it's got 2 cats and everything like built in, doesn't smell, none of that stuff. Literally, you could breathe that tailpipe emissions and you probably won't die. But yeah, very fast, very standard looking MR2.
Early the next morning.
Driving normally, it drives like a standard car. Probably, wow, it's not much louder. Just got nice turbo noises, and it pulls really hard. Even then, like 2000 RPM pulling off, I'm having to like let off the throttle a bit because it's pulling off far faster than I need it to. This is like 3000 RPM. Gear change is amazing. Literally like super mega precise, mega fast. Because like I said, there's no rubber left in the, there's no rubber in the linkage. It's all roller bearings, ball bearings. So it's mega precise. You'll never miss a gear. Fast or slow, never miss a gear. It happily take flat shifts because the gear shift is so good and so precise. It won't crunch even flat shifting it. You know, it is genuinely amazing shift, way better than the standard shift, and the standard shift's good. As sort of sporty car shifting is, this is better than almost everything. It's really good. So yeah, I mean, I'm in now 6th gear, 55 miles an hour, 2200 RPM, just cruising up a hill. And I can sort of go tiny bit of throttle and it comes on boost and pulls up hard, whereas in a 1ZZ you'd probably want to drop down a gear, well you'd probably drop down 2 gears just to accelerate like that. In this it just pulls anyway, so you don't have to try hard to make progress. Obviously to go fast to really push it, you drop down a few cogs, but even now that wasn't even 3000 RPM, and that will pull harder than a 1ZZ will, regardless of what gear you just pull it in. So, you know, and it's just so effortless. Like the steering's good, the suspension's good. If you don't want to try hard, you still make very rapid progress. If you do want to try hard, it's an absolute weapon, but it's really good. I changed down to 4th, 50 mile an hour, like 3000 RPM. Nice turbo noises, again pulls well hard, pulls far harder than a 1ZZ would. And yeah, that was 40 to 70 straight away in like 4th gear without even trying. It makes progress very quickly. that wasn't even revving it hard. That was revving to like just 4,500 RPM from 3,000. It's like, and it only gets really fast from 4,500. Basically, the car pulls hard from like, it will pull from 1,500, 1,000. There's never a dead spot. There's, you know, no matter how high you go in the gears. It pulls from idle. It's very rapid progress from 3, and from 4,000, 4,500 up until like 7,000. Rev limit is 7,500 now. It flies. It genuinely goes very fast. So yeah, it's good. Unfortunately now I'm stuck behind a car doing like 45, but again, I could put it in 6th gear on this country road, 45, 2,000 RPM, quiet, easy. You could drive, you know, I could drive to Scotland and back in this car. I could do 1,000 miles in it, no problem. Because of the standard suspension, it's not like when you got coilovers or something where it's bumpy. It's, you know, I've got the teen lowering springs on it, but that's all. So it feels as compliant as any other car on the road. That's the good thing with these. That's why I always say anti-roll bars are good, but I would leave, if you build a road car, leave the standard shocks. They're really good because the car don't weigh much. You don't need a lot of you know, seriously heavy duty shock absorbers. It just handles naturally brilliant. They are. I mean, you look at that guy Misha Karadin or whatever his name is, the guy that takes all the cars around the Nürburgring. Every time he drives one of these, and he's only ever driven like NA crappy engine ones, he raves about how amazing they are. So sorry if I'm giving it some, I end up pulling a concentrated face, but we do need to concentrate with this car. It's a toy, but it's not a toy, if you know what I'm saying. It's quick. It's quick. And you haven't got all the computers doing it for you on this. I've got ABS, but that's all it's got. You know what I mean? That was like 40 to 80 in 1 gear, just leaving it in 3rd. And again, that wasn't as high as I could have revved it. That was less than 7,000 RPM. But yeah, pulls hard. But yeah, just roundabouts and whatever. The gear shift is so snickety and sporty and just properly enjoyable. Like this car, like my black one, is more fun as a higher speed car. This car, the gear change, the way it all is, I like this car the best from like 30 to about 100. And I know 100 is ridiculous, but you know, it's not a car where you'd sit on the motorway at 70 looking for races. You could, and you would beat most people, but that's not where it's at. This car's rapid from like, it's more fun at lower speeds because it's so responsive and so, the gear change is so fun, and it's just, it's brilliant. It really is really good. I really enjoy it. And yeah, you could add a lot more power to it, but I'm not even sure if that's a good thing or not. I don't think it is. It's a really nice amount of power at the moment. I think it's way too much for a lot of people, because they used to like, even if you're like, oh, my car's got 400 horsepower, so yeah, but your car's also weighs 1.7 tons, you know, whereas this, it weighs 970 kilos, 0.97 tons. So it doesn't matter if you're used to like lots more power, you're almost always used to it with a lot more weight. I would like to, and it'll probably have to be in a separate video to this, get somebody I know who's driven all, you know, quite quick cars to take this out. Not with me as a passenger or anything. Just take it out and I'll leave this fucking camera on, and I'll just let it record and record their reactions trying to drive it, because I think they'd be being like, oh my fucking fuck, quite a lot, because yeah, it's way quicker than most people would expect, because most people have never experienced super light but powerful cars. They're used to heavy but powerful cars, and it's a very, very different thing. That was like second, third, fourth, not pushing it super hard, but hard enough. But you can see how quick it goes, and you can hopefully see or hear how fast the gear changes are. And I wasn't flat shifting it either, that was just normal. But yeah, this road I'm on now is a very bumpy, very windy road, but I can leave it in, what gear am I even in? I think fourth, at like 50 mile an hour, and just drive effortless, because even on the corners, you know, I don't even have to brake. It's so easy and so precise. Don't get me wrong, if I was building a track car one, I would go on coilovers, but on this kind of car, where it's a fast road car, the handling's awesome. Another thing worth saying that I just remembered is ground clearance and stuff. There is loads on these cars, so speed bumps, no matter how big, you're fine. Absolutely tons of ground clearance. Earlier on I was driving on like a real, one of those country roads where there was like a hump in the middle with grass growing on it, you know, that much, and doesn't touch anything, doesn't touch the ground, because the chassis on these they're relatively high. So unless you've slammed it to scrape against the ground and you've messed up the suspension geometry by doing so, the ground is not near the bottom of the floor. The floor pan is miles from the ground. So yeah, I've never scraped on anything in one of these, no matter how big the speed bump. So yeah, hopefully this video has given you a fair, decent idea of how the car is, which is a mega fun street car. You could easily go more hardcore on it if you wanted. I mean, it's a sleeper at the moment, it looks completely stock. Like, you go anywhere and 99% of the people don't even realise it's not a standard car. Standard wheels, standard bodywork, everything. All you'd need to do is put a set of rims on it, and everyone would suddenly, you know, these things look badass as soon as you put some wheels on it. But I kind of like it as a sleeper, because the other one's my crazy one. Do you know what I mean? It's like, no point having two crazy ones. The new owner, whoever wants to buy it off me, do what you want, I don't care. It'd be, well, sleepers are swings and roundabouts. They're brilliant for absolutely shocking people, because loads of people try and race you still in one of these, because it's a sporty car. It's a two-seat mid-engine car, but everyone also knows they're slow, so everyone likes to try and race you to be like, oh, I'll show this crappy, you know, not fast sports car, and then they get absolutely, you know, completely obliterated. I'll tell you another thing. Look at the amount of, I mean, I'm 6 foot, and I'm not skinny either. I'm like, what am I, nearly 18 stone, I think. I'm a fat bastard, and I'm 6 foot, and I could easily wear a helmet in this, and this is with a standard size seat. You know, a standard seat. If you have a bucket seat in it, you can fit it way lower. There's loads of room in these things. They are, if you've ever been in a Elise or an Exige, or in fact a VX220, yeah, they feel half as big inside compared to this. This is a much bigger, like, you can daily this. The reason you don't see hardly any Elises or Exiges being driven daily is because they are fucking small. They are really small inside. Externally, they're not wildly smaller. Internally, though, holy fucking shit, they are small. But yeah, this car's really good. I mean, it's not too loud. There's a bit more vibration and noise than a standard one. and that's because it's got uprated, like it's got, funnily enough, mentioned Lotus, this has got Lotus Exige Powerflex Black Series engine mounts front and rear, so they're practically solid. So there's a bit more vibration, you know, I can feel it in my seat, there's a slight vibration, but it's fine. And again, with the transmission, there's no more rubber bushes, so you can hear the transmission a bit more. And to be honest, it's right behind you, there's literally, it's there, so yeah, you can hear more than you might on a front engine car, but it's bang on, it's really good and absolutely faultless no matter what I do with it. So yeah, if you want to buy it, let me know. But anyway, I think that'll pretty much do for this video. I'll probably add some more extra bits, maybe voiceovery bits and whatever, when I'm comparing performance times, because I don't know them off the top of my head. But yeah, sound. Hope you enjoy this video. Get hold of me if you want to buy this thing, although it might be sold by the time you watch this, who knows. And I'll see you next time. Ta-ra. Just thought I'd add this little voiceover bit to this part of the video, because I didn't think of this while I was recording the rest. But as you can see by this draggy time, it did, even though it's on skinny 205 wide tyres and an open diff and only 340 horsepower, a ridiculously fast for a manual rear wheel drive mid-engine car, 0 to 60, which if you count in the 1 foot rollout, which is what 99% of manufacturers and magazines and whatever do these days, is considered the industry standard 4.0, and that's with a pretty mild launch, and that was with 2 gear changes, as you can see from the draggy, because at that time the rev limit was only 7,000, so it wouldn't hit 60 in second gear, which is basically all these cars where they've got a fast 0 to 60. 60 comes in second, because gear changes obviously kill the time. Since I got that time, I have had the rev limiter increased to 7,500, so now it should hit 60 in second, which would make it easily run a 3. Unfortunately, and I have tried it a few times, I've not managed it because the weather at the moment is cold, so the ground is slippy and crappy and horrible. Annoyingly, in that footage you see in this video when I've launching it, the ground was great and it was fine then, but that was before 60 mile an hour could have been hit in second, and ever since it's been crappy, and I don't want to wear out the, you know, the clutch and stuff for the new owner just desperately trying to hit a 3, because it can clearly do it, because, well, you can see the times. Next bit of the video after this is going to be the full specification. I'm going to put it up on the screen because people ask otherwise. And then after that, there is actually some more action where I'm taking Sinead, my granddaughter, out for a drive because she likes fast cars.
little later.
We're just in the MR2 going to have a look at some local car meet show thing. I don't know what it is at Retro Sect in Tewkesbury. Don't know if it's going to be any good, but the weather's nice, so it might be. So we're going to have a look, and it's only down the road. And it's the first time Sinead's been in the car since it blew up on the motorway when it had the standard Toyota engine in it. I should be able to go fast in a minute for a little bit. Maybe now. Ready?
Yeah. Oh my god.
It's a lot faster than it was, isn't it?
I kind of like, oh my wow.
You're right.
Yeah.
Well, you like fast stuff anyway.
Yeah.
You've been in loads of fast cars with me anyway, so
Yeah.
you're more used to it.
Yeah, I'm more used to it.
Yeah, I mean,
than Vinny.
You go crazy for like roller coasters and stuff, so you're used to this sort of stuff. But
Like, you know when
a lot of people
like
would be
really slow up, I'm like, come on, go faster.
yeah, and then suddenly it goes crazy.
And then, I'm
Yeah.
like, whoa, I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
But I actually like it because
Yeah.
I wanted to do that.
Well, compared to how this car used to be when you last went in it, you definitely weren't expecting that, was you?
No. I like it going fast.
I know you do.
I like fast things.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
When can we go fast again?
You can't go fast when there's traffic,
But when?
when there's not traffic. And this is a 30-mile-an-hour zone as well, so it's not safe to go fast. You can't go fast when it's safe to. Where we did it earlier, it was like a 70 or whatever, so it's fine. But here, it's 30, so, and there's too much traffic, so. Alright, we just rocked up to this place. May as well leave my bonnet open because I don't think anyone's going to want to look at it of mine. I'm not exactly in a primo parking space, I think it's just like a free-for-all. But let's go and have a look if there's anything cool.
But how?
This is the earlier arrivers, so they got a better place. Cirrus 2RS Turbo. Mustang. Saab 99 Turbo. Cool S15. MR2. This is cool. I like little old polos. It's got a Shrek cam cover, but oh, it's supercharged. It's a G40. That's a G60 supercharger, I think, on it. It's bigger. That is badass. Old Viva. Celica GT4.
No, GTR.
There's some nice cars. I keep seeing this car about.
This one?
Yeah, it says drift demo, but is it rear wheel drive or something, or is it just says drift demo just to try and sound cool? I keep seeing it about. Nice. Aston Martin, loads of stuff. I bet you nobody would even notice my car because it looks standard and it's hidden down the back. They wouldn't realise it's faster than 99% of the cars here. It looks slower than nearly all of them. Yeah, it's faster than that, yeah. But it's faster than practically fucking everything, but you wouldn't notice. There's some cool cars.
You wouldn't even know.
You wouldn't know because it looks like,
That's weird.
well, that van. I like the weird wheels, I like. Loads of stuff in here. Games and Game Boys. Tons of old games and old cars. Oh, I like this. I like that. Suzuki Alto Works Turbo. Not that pricey, right? But that's cool. Sinead, look at the doors on that. They go down. Look, the doors. Yeah, the doors go down to up.
Oh, that's weird.
Like they're locked in position now, but they don't like open out. They open up and down.
What? That's too weird.
Very weird. Z1 BMW. £45 grand, 44 grand. Yeah, it's just gone down in price. Right, so we've been there probably about 20 minutes. And Sinead's had enough. I've had enough. Had a look around, it's alright. What's your review of it?
1 star.
One. Well, it's that boring, is it? She was like, oh, I'm bored now. And yeah, I mean, it's alright if you want to go and if you want to go there and stand there talking to your mates all day. But no,
That's just boring.
yeah, exactly. That's not you, and that ain't me either. I don't want, you know, I don't. It's nice to catch up with people, but I'm not going to spend all day. And I'm not really one for like, oh, standing there just wanting people to stare at my car. If they want to look at my car, yeah, good. But I can't just stand there and do nothing all day. So we looked at the cars, we looked in the shop. Pretty much done, haven't we? So yeah, we're gonna bugger off.
The games were boring.
Yeah, the game. Yeah, to be fair. The thing is, the games would have been better because they're on real tiny screens. They didn't really look like much. They have got games on.
If they had more and more games, I would have played it.
Yeah,
if it was like an arcade, I would have played it.
yeah, because you love old like 80s arcade stuff because that's what you're always playing on. But you didn't even recognise. They had Sonic the Hedgehog on in there, but she didn't. She's like, I'm like, you've played that before. She's like, I've never seen that before, and it was just 'cause it was on such a small bad screen. She didn't even recognise what it was, but it was like, yeah, that's Sonic the Hedgehog, which you've played.
20 minutes later.
Sounds good in here.
Yeah, I like it. Woo! Can you go faster?
Well, round here, it'd be dangerous. We're going in a really tight circle. Oh, it's busy. You taking your drink?
No. Because we're going to get a drink.
1 hour later.
Is this actually a racing car?
No, that's the thing. It goes like a racing car, but it's like a car we can use to just go shopping like we have. I mean, we're literally in the top floor car park of the thing, but yeah, that's quite a clever thing actually, because yeah, it goes like a racing car, but looks and can be driven like a normal car.
And it does kind of look a bit like a racing car.
It's sporty. You got food around your mouth. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. It's sporty, but it's not like my black one. My black one looks like a complete racing car, whereas this looks just like you know, a normal little sports car, a road car. But yeah, right then.
I just
go.
thought it was a racing car because it goes as fast as a racing car.
Well, that's the thing. It's a racing car if you want to race it, because it's faster than most stuff on the road. That's for sure.
Why is a taxi here?
Where?
There. Right there.
Oh yeah. Maybe he's on his time off and he just wants to go shopping.
Or maybe get one with tea.
Maybe.